Alfred Adler's inferiority complex theory. When people hear the word inferiority, they often think of weakness, failure, or someone who does not measure up. Alfred Adler, one of the great thinkers in psychology, turned this simple idea into a powerful theory that explains a large part of human motivation and behavior. He called it the inferiority complex, and according to him, it is not just about feeling small, it is about how we react to those feelings and what direction they push us toward. In everyday life, all of us feel weak or less capable in some area at some time, and Adler believed that this is a natural and even necessary part of being human. What matters is whether we use those feelings as fuel to grow and improve or whether we let them pull us down into insecurity, fear, and unhealthy habits. Adler started with the observation that human beings begin life in a state of helplessness. A newborn baby cannot feed itself, cannot walk, cannot protect itself, and depends completely on others. These early experiences of weakness and dependence leave a mark. As children grow, they constantly face situations where they feel smaller or less able than adults or other children. They compare themselves, they feel they cannot do certain things, and this produces feelings of inferiority. Adler did not see this as a negative thing in itself. He thought of it as a kind of spark that drives us forward. When you feel you are not strong enough, you may try to become stronger. When you feel you are not smart enough, you may study harder. When you feel left behind, you may push yourself to catch up. However, Adler also saw that not everyone responds to feelings of inferiority in the same way. Some people take it as motivation and grow stronger, developing confidence and skills. Others, however, get stuck in those feelings and begin to believe they are permanently weaker, less valuable, or incapable. This is when feelings of inferiority become what he called an inferiority complex. An inferiority complex is not just about recognizing weakness. It is about exaggerating it in your mind and letting it define your self-image. A person with an inferiority complex may avoid challenges, give up easily, or constantly seek validation from others because they do not believe in their own worth. To explain this better, think of a child in school who struggles with math. If the child feels inferior but uses that as a reason to study harder, seek help, and improve, then those feelings of weakness serve as a positive force. But if the child begins to think, I am stupid, I will never be good at anything, I should just stop trying, then an inferiority complex has formed. Instead of pushing forward, the child retreats. Adler believed that these early experiences of feeling less than could echo through adulthood, shaping personality and behavior. For example, an adult who was made to feel useless as a child may grow up with low confidence and constant anxiety about being judged by others. Adler also connected the inferiority complex with compensation. When people feel weak in one area, they often try to make up for it in another. Sometimes this is healthy, like when someone who struggles academically becomes excellent in sports or art. But it can also be unhealthy, like when someone hides insecurity by acting arrogant, aggressive, or controlling. This is where Adler also described the idea of a superiority complex. When people mask deep feelings of inferiority by pretending to be more powerful, more important, or more perfect than everyone else. The truth, he argued, is that behind many cases of arrogance lies a fragile sense of self. One of Adler's most important insights was that no one is entirely free from feelings of inferiority. It is part of being human to notice where we fall short. Even the most successful people often talk about moments of self-doubt. The difference is that some people accept these feelings as natural and temporary, while others let them dominate their lives. According to Adler, the key to overcoming an inferiority complex is not to deny feelings of weakness but to recognize them, work on them, and redirect them into growth while also connecting with others in meaningful ways. He emphasized social interest, meaning the ability to see yourself as part of a larger community where cooperation, compassion, and contribution matter more than constant comparison. For example, imagine a young adult who feels inferior because they do not come from a wealthy background. If they become bitter, avoid opportunities, or constantly compare themselves to richer peers, they may fall into an inferiority complex. But if they use their feelings as motivation to work hard, to value experiences over material possessions, and to build strong relationships, then those same feelings can push them toward a fulfilling life. Adler wanted people to understand that inferiority can be transformed into strength if handled with awareness and effort. Another real-life example can be seen in careers. Many doctors, teachers, athletes, or leaders often admit that their drive to succeed began with a sense of not being good enough in their early years. Perhaps a young boy felt weak because he was sickly as a child, and that pushed him to study medicine so he could help others. Or perhaps a young girl felt ignored in her family, and that motivated her to develop her voice and become a public speaker. These stories reflect Adler's idea that what begins as a feeling of inferiority can become the starting point for great achievement. On the other hand, we also see cases where people never fully escape their inferiority complex. They may constantly seek approval on social media, feel jealous of others' success, or avoid risks because of fear of failure. They may say, "I cannot," before even trying. Adler would say that these are the people who have not transformed their inferiority into growth but have let it shrink their world. The tragedy, in his view, is not that people feel inferior but that they believe those feelings mean they cannot improve. In today's world, Adler's theory is more relevant than ever. With constant comparisons on social media, many people feel inferior when they see others who look more successful, more attractive, or more talented. The danger of an inferiority complex is real in such an environment. But Adler's message is clear: feeling inferior is normal, but letting it control your life is not necessary. You can take those feelings as a signal to grow, to learn, and to find your place in a community where you can contribute. To sum it up, Alfred Adler's theory of the inferiority complex shows us that weakness and self-doubt are part of life, but they do not have to define us. They can either trap us in cycles of low self-esteem and avoidance, or they can push us toward growth, creativity, and achievement. The choice lies in how we interpret and respond to those feelings. If we use them as fuel rather than barriers, we can turn our sense of limitation into a path of personal development and social contribution. If you found this explanation helpful and would like to learn more about psychological theories in simple language, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more knowledge and insights to you in an easy-to-understand way.